Hey, it's your boy 6 Points, and I'm rocking with Hustle Harden. Let's go.
Today we're here with 6 Points. I want to start off by asking you, where are you from?
I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you end up getting to Houston, Texas?
Man, it actually goes back to this girl I was with. H-Town girls, they have a thing on you. So I was out there in Dallas doing my thing. Then I was in school actually in Austin when we met. And then I was like, yo, I really want to pursue her. So came down to Houston, and I knew that Houston had more of a music scene than Dallas did at the time. So I was like, H-Town might have to be the move.
Are you still with the girl?
We're not together at the moment. But I do believe everything happens for a reason. So I'm here. H-Town was good.
What do you think about risk? And what role has taking risk played in your career in life so far?
Risk, I feel like everything in life depends on risk, you know. It can be big risk or it can be small risk, but whatever you do, you're gonna take a risk. Small risk, let's say you're trying to get off the exit, right? And you got a car that's right there, you're like, ooh, I could probably speed up and get past him and get off the exit. Or you can not take the exit and miss it and have to take the next one. Might get stuck at some traffic lights, you know what I'm saying? Then it could add up. But the risk that I took, it started when...
I ain't gonna lie, not to interrupt you, I'ma always take the exit. I'm gonna ride straight past your ass.
Right, but it's a risk though, is what I'm saying. It's a risk at the end of the day. But yeah, like my first probably like major risk in life was choosing to go to the Naval Academy to play football. Going into the military when I could have went to TCU or Georgetown and lived a regular college life, but deciding to go that route just because I saw like life after football, like say somebody got hurt or just say anything would have happened. I know that there was a top 20 academic school, plus they play on national TV. My parents went to pay for school, and I'm playing D1 college ball. So I felt like it was a risk going into the military and having to go that route, but I felt like it had a greater payoff. So risk has paid everything in my life. Ended up moving to LA in 2016, really with just off the strength. Like I had a couple opportunities, but no like solid paycheck, like to where like, oh yeah, you moved to LA, here you go, you can get paid this X amount a month. It was like, I was living in Houston actually at the time. And I was doing pharmaceutical sales. I was pretty comfortable, I had a crib, 2 cars and all that. I was making pretty good money, but I decided to like give all that up, pack on my bags last second, and then peel off to LA. Fortunately, I found a place to stay, but as far as like work and like being able to get plugged in, like it was kind of a little iffy. So I took that risk, and man, it paid off. It was bumpy at first. It was crazy bumpy at first, but at the end of the day, I'm super grateful for making that play.
Okay. So what were some of the things that happened that made the risk worth it for you?
Man, I just feel like the connections that I was able to make from being out there, the type of music, like my sound now, light years better and way more advanced because of me going out there and just being in the scene. You know, LA, that's like the music mecca for entertainment as a whole. So for me going out there, just the people that I was able to mingle with, a lot of crazy people out there too. That's for sure. But I felt like it was a lot more positives than negatives. So I would say definitely the connections and the people that I met, as well as just developing my skill set.
Okay. So what made you eventually move back to Houston then?
Yeah, really the only reason why I moved back is because I have a daughter. And I was working on like bringing her and her mom out there with me to LA, but some things just wasn't really working to where she didn't want to go anymore. So I was trying to make it work. So she was like, all right, the only way we can make it work is if we come back to Houston. So I was like, man, I had a whole studio out there, like my own music studio. And then decided to like give all that up to try to make it work, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't necessarily work, but I'm here for my daughter. So that's definitely it paying off. And then I'm back and forth a lot too. So it's definitely all good vibes at the end of the day.
Okay. So in saying that, what do you think is most important when it comes to being a parent in terms of the impact that it has on your child?
Yeah. I feel like it all starts with us, you know what I mean? I'm not sure if you're a parent or whatnot yet, but okay, yeah, so then you know. Like it starts with us. Like if whatever we do, positive or negative, it just reflects down. So I know for me, I call my daughter the young legend. That's her nickname that I give her, just because I feel like she's gonna be something immaculate in this world. But for her to get there, I feel like it starts with the foundation that I give her and opportunities that I give her and the resources I give her and the knowledge and the positivity to where she believes that she's also a legend and she walks in that to where that she feels confident when opportunity comes along later in her life to know that, yo, I'm a legend. I'm about to knock this out. That's what I do. Rather than being timid and be like, ooh, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm pretty enough. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with me being around, or just any parent being around their kid, like it's essential for the kid to really grow and blossom into what they're supposed to be. So yeah, that's really the main reason why I decided to come back to from Houston. I was salty. I ain't gonna lie, I was salty. But H-Town's where it's at, man. I love it out here. And then definitely for family, I had to make sure I made that right play. So yeah.
What do you think is the most important factor behind your success and the success of your brand?
Man, I really feel like the most important factor for me is just being able to connect with people, you know, and just my personality. I feel like no matter who I'm dealing with, whether it's like a CEO of a company or I'm dealing with a janitor at McDonald's or whatnot, like I can relate and I can chop it up and have stuff to talk about rather than like if it's a CEO thinking he's too big to like have a conversation with me and I'm all timid like, oh, hey, sir, you know, or if I'm talking with somebody like that or just like, oh, I'm better than you because you do, like, I'm not even on that. I try to kill ego at the door everywhere I go, just because I feel like ego kills everything. So I feel like what's allowed me to be successful so far in my career is just being able to adapt and be like a chameleon to where whoever I'm dealing with, like they sense a good energy from me and then they'll want to reciprocate that and keep everything going rather than being like, oh, this fool think he's stuck up or this fool think he's not good enough. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's probably been my best set is just my people skills.
How did you get introduced to the music industry initially?
That dates back to my freshman year in college. I was playing football and I was actually going to one of my teammates' room to beat him in 2K. I'm super nice in 2K, by the way. But so yeah, I was gonna play him in 2K and I went into his room and he was making a beat in there. And I was like, bro, like, what's this right here? And he was like, yeah, it's a program. It's called Fruity Loops. I was like, Fruity Loops? I was like, what's Fruity Loops? What's that? He was like, yeah, bro, it's a hip hop program. You can make beats. And I was like, I was mind blown. Cause I used to do drumline and band, so I know band and like music from like actual instruments. I didn't know you could make instrument sounds on a computer. I had no idea. So he played me the program and showed me a little bit of the ropes, and I took that and never looked back. And so through that, over the years, I was ended up able to work with this one artist, help them get a deal with Atlantic Records. And then once that happened, everything just kind of opened up where I was able to see things on the major side and see how things were done compared to being on the outside looking in. Like I was actually on the inside being able to see like, okay, so this is how you can maneuver. This is how records really made. This is how people really record. There's songwriters, there's producers, there's engineers, there's management, there's like a whole team. I see what a label does. I see what marketing does. Like, I feel like that was like my turning point on being able to understand like, all right, this is what it takes to get to where I'm trying to go.
Okay. So, you know, I don't know. Some people see, I don't think a lot of people see like the behind the scenes, like producing and engineering. Mm-hmm. And, you know, being an artist, which artists are great, you know, sometimes that's more glamorized and people gravitate towards being an artist. What made you gravitate towards being a producer? Was it just seeing your homeboy at the time, or what really made you gravitate towards?
Man, honestly, I think it's always been in me. I know that sounds cliche, but like I was that kid when I'm like 3-4 years old, bringing out my mom's pots and pans, drumming on those. I was the kid in high school or middle school beating my pencil on the desk, doing the little boom box. I could do the boom box with my mouth. Like I've always been into like beats. And then when I hear a song, like I don't even hear the words. I gotta like listen hard, like maybe 3-4 times to hear what the artist is actually saying or the singer. But I always hear the beat and I always hear the rhythm. So I think it's just like natural for me to gravitate that route. And I was saying I was in drumline too. So Like I'm more into rhythm and patterns and like cadences and how I feel with music compared to like having the skill set to actually drop some bars or be able to sing. Like I wish I could do that. That'd be dope. Like if I could be a singer, ooh, it'd be a rap. But I wasn't blessed with that talent, so I got to go with what I can do, and I'm super passionate about it. And yeah, so I would say that's probably why I chose the production route.
Okay, so saying that, what are some of your music goals?
Man, my biggest music goal, my number one music goal is to make music that's undeniable, that lasts forever. Like I want to make that timeless music. And then I don't want to be put in like a box like, oh, I only make trap beats or I only make R&B or I only do pop. Like I want to like bend genres, if that makes sense, to where like I'll make a song and it could be like a pop trap song, and then somebody that's a rock, only listen to rock music, alternative, they hear my little R&B joint and they're like, yo, even though that's not my lane, I like that one. I like that one. Or vice versa, it could be like I can make a pop song and then people only listen to trap music. When they hear a beat from 6 Points, they're like, yo, I don't really like pop like that, but that 1-6 man, that's kind of hard. I can rock with that one, you know? And just really make an impact on the culture, man, and just have, like I said, make timeless music to where it could be 2090 and they still playing songs that I made 2021 today. So that's definitely goals.
Okay. So do you have like what's it called? You know, when you hear Louisiana or
like a producer tag?
Yeah.
I got a producer tag. I'm definitely shopping for some more. Like if any dope artists are out there, man, y'all want to make me a tag, I'm with it. But I got something. I got like these angelic laughs. They're like, ha, 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 ha. And then it says, 6 points, 6 points. That's kind of where it's at right now. So it's real commercial, you know what I'm saying? Cool. But if somebody want to go crazy for me and turn one up, I'm with it.
Let's talk about that though for a second. Right. When do you think the popularity of like those producer tags really came about? Was it like the DJ Drama era or
DJ Drama, for sure. DJ Holiday. That's more on the DJ side. But as far as producers, probably that run Metro had back in 2015, where Future was like, "Oh, Metro, don't trust you, I'ma shoot you." You know what I'm saying? And then once that started resonating, everybody started going crazy. And you got Southside, like Southside, or 808 Mafia, or we got London on the track, or Mike Will made it. Like I feel like around that 2014, 2015, I feel like that's when producer tags started being more relevant and more popular, to where like when you hear that tag, you're like, oh, I know this gonna be a banger. Like, take Keith, what brings it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know it's gonna be a banger. And if you look at like Lex Luger was really the one to first put a tag in there, but it was more of his sound, like that reverse, like like you go, oh, this Lex Luger beat, you know it's about to drop. Yeah. And then after everybody else's tags started being more popular, then he started adding words to it too. But I'll probably say like around 2014, 2015, like got DJ Mustard, you know what I'm saying? Mustard on the beat, ho, like used to hear that all the time back in 2014, 2015. So yeah. I'll say probably around that time is when producer tags started being more relevant in the industry.
Okay. So we saw the other day, Waka Flocka made a post with the impromptu sound to your beats. So has his team reached out to you for collab?
So we working on some things right now. Can't take too much, but it's a possibility like some big things are gonna happen. So I'm just like, man, and then not only that, it opened up doors for other things too. So it's blessings, man. I just gotta keep going, and we're gonna see how that turn out.
Okay. So where do you find your artistic inspiration?
I guess I find my inspiration just in my purpose in life, you know? Like some people feel like they're made to be a doctor, or they're made to play football, they're made to be a lawyer. Like I really do feel like I'm here to be a producer, and I feel like if I don't carry out my path in that, then I didn't really fulfill what I'm supposed to do here. So like when I'm making music, it could be 5 a.m. and I'm still having fun, or it could be like 12 p.m. and I got like a long list. Like right now I'm super backed up on project, but it's cool, I ain't tripping. Whereas if it was like a work, like, oh man, I got all these files to do, or I got all this paperwork to fill out, like, I ain't trying to do that. Like, but this is kind of like cool, like even though it's a long list, but it's like, bet, like that's what I'm supposed to do. So like honestly, I can't even remember a time where I just had like writer's block as a producer. I'm like, man, I can't find a melody, or I can't find the drums. Like I just feel just because like it's just in me to like create. So, and then I'm just a creative person and I'm always like bouncing around. I'm always doing crazy stuff. So it's like I catch inspiration quick. But yeah, I would say I just feel like this is what I'm supposed to do. So I got to go do it.
So who have been some of your favorite artists that you've worked with so far?
Man, my favorite artists that I've worked with so far.
I don't want to like put you out there. You gotta choose.
I know. Ooh, that's tough. Yeah, like really it's just like the creation. So when I'm just in the studio with anybody just cooking up, or when I hear somebody like on my beat, it's just like, man, it's like a feeling that I can't really describe. So I can't say that I'm like, oh yeah, this person or that person, like, cause I ain't trying to leave nobody out, you know what I'm saying? But it's really honest, like, anytime I hear somebody that's really good on one of my beats, it's just like, yo, this is crazy. And I'm just so excited for the whole world to be able to hear it. So that time's coming, it's already here, you know what I'm saying? We just living through it. But that's probably anybody that just goes crazy on my beat, I'm like, let's get it.
Trump supporters stormed the Senate.
Yeah.
I think it was like an alleged attempt to like overthrow the government because they don't want Trump out of office right now. So what's your feelings on the election and how it went and the political atmosphere at the moment?
Yeah, man, I just feel like that's just a summer in 2020 on the cool. Even though this event happened in 21, but I feel like it's a residual of what all went down last year. And, you know, all the crazy police brutalities. I mean, that's been going around for years, you know what I'm saying? But now it's just like in the public eye, because that one person caught a camera when George Floyd got taken out, and it was just so wrong that it just brought more awareness. It brought awareness, but I don't really feel like it did too much, you know what I'm saying? We just started hearing more stories of it, then we hearing people getting lynched and stuff like this. Like, come on, like, it's 2020 or now 2021. Like, why is it still even a issue, you know? So I feel like all that had to play into that election, and I guess it just kind of is what it is with how it got played out. Some people are trying to say like, oh, it was mail-in ballots, it's fraud, but I mean, I don't know which way to go on that. I feel like everything happens for a reason. So the way that route that it went, I mean, it's definitely unfortunate, especially today. They charging the Senate or the White House and going crazy at the Capitol. That definitely doesn't make any sense. But I just feel like it's just a summary of all the craziness that went down last year, where we're still kind of living off that residual a little bit until things like smooth out and finally get back on the right place. We need Obama back. That's what we need. That's what we need. Once Obama come back, we good. But until then, I don't know. It's up for grabs.
Well, we got a sidekick.
Yeah, we got a sidekick. We gonna see. But if he was back, we set.
Okay. So back to the music. Mm-hmm. If you had to choose someone to collaborate on an EP with, who would it be and why?
Artist or producer wise?
Either or. Well, let's go producer first, okay. Artist next.
If I was to collab with anybody, I probably want to do London on the Track, just because he fits that mold that I like to aspire to be at, as far as like multi-genres. Like you hear London making pop records, you hear him making R&B with Summer Walker, he doing the hardest trap with Young Thug and Future, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he's probably one of the most, there's a few of them that are like that too, but I feel like as far as most prominent, like he's a crazy musician with the keys, like all his beats, I feel like he don't miss. And he's real cool, he laid back. I met him a few times out there in LA. Real cool dude, real humble. He not one of them Hollywood dudes like, oh yeah, I'm not on the track, don't talk to me. Like, nah, he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, he was cool, chopped it up with me, drive a freaking Lambo truck. That mother was so fire when I saw him, like, dang. So definitely, if I could collab with a producer, it would be him. If I was to collab with an artist, I mean, come on, it's gotta be Drake. Like, you heard my goals. I want to make undeniable music last forever. Drake music lasts forever, coach. Like, he not missing. So to be able to do a project with London for beats, for Drake, as far as songs, that'd be it.
Off topic, you know who else? Don't miss Hit Boy.
Yeah, Hit Boy fire too.
I listen to this tape with Benny the Butcher. Mm-hmm. That shit just
crazy,
hard,
crazy.
So what advice do you have for upcoming artists and producers?
Man, the biggest advice that I would give for anybody up and coming still trying to get on is really just understand the business and understand that yeah, there's a passion in there. Everybody has dreams of going big, but if you can understand the business side of things, understand how you're supposed to get paid, understand split sheets, understand percentages, understand there's two different types of payments when we're dealing with a record label. Like just being able to understand what to do so that you don't get taken advantage of and you hear all these people, oh man, I signed a weak deal. Well, bro, if you understood your business, you know what I'm saying, you would have been able to maneuver a little bit differently. So I would say understand the business for sure, get your knowledge game, and then just being able to learn how to network. Because I feel like you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't know the right people, not necessarily you know the right, if the right people don't know you, then it's not really gonna do much. So understand the business and understand how to network properly would be like my two major ones. Obviously work hard and never give up. Those are, I feel like, essential. But understand the business and then understand how to network properly, I feel like will set you up for success in anything in life.
Okay. So how can people who want to contact, how can artists that want to contact you and collab, you know, get a beat, how can they get in contact with you and hear some of your stuff?
For sure. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram. I'm always checking the DMs, even if, you know what I'm saying, it goes into the other side. I'm always checking that. There's always business. Like I said, like kind of earlier, like I'll treat everybody as CEO of the company compared to the janitor at McDonald's. Like everybody get love. So if you're in the DMs, you gonna get love as long as you're not talking about no crazy stuff or no weird stuff. But if it's about business, I'm about it. So hit me up, 6 Points Music. That's number 6 Points Music. And that's on all platforms. So Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, but Instagram for sure. And then my website's attached to my Instagram. So if y'all trying to hear beats, they right there too. www.official6points.com. So you can go there, check out the beats, check out the fire. Let me know if you want some custom. Hit me on the DMs and we'll work that out, make some plays.
All right.
For sure.
Thank you for coming out, man.
Man, I appreciate you, bro. That's love.